Okay, everyone, thank you for joining. Today we have a very special guest, Decentra ERC20. They will be joining us in a short time and sharing with us about their project and what they are doing. Um Before we get started, let me uh, before we get started, let me introduce Swift. So Swift blockchain is a cutting edge global cross chain swap protocol powered by generative AI. Swift was established in 2017. Swift blockchain has been at the forefront of the innovation, seamlessly integrating blockchain, machine learning, and big data to enable direct swaps between 800 plus different cryptocurrencies over 50 plus different blockchains. So Swift has been around for over 6 years, building best cross-chain swaps. We have over 40,000 swap pairs. 50 plus blockchains are supported, and if you hold SWFTC, which is a native Swift coin, you receive 50% discount on all your swaps. Not only that, we have 24/7 customer support available as well. Swaps are faster and they are completed in less than a minute. So that's about us. That's about Swift. You can go to your Play Store, App Store. You can download Swift. You can go to allchainbridge.com and use Swift from there as well. Now, uh, we will just wait few more minutes for our guest to join. Once our guest is here, we will bring them on stage. Okay, so now we are getting them on the speaker board. They should be here very soon. Adam, I sent you a request to speak. I have also accepted your request, but for some reason, yes, Adam, I can hear you. Welcome to the Swift Spaces. How are you doing? How is the weather around you?
The weather's fine, but the weather of spaces seem to be a bit stormy because I've had so much issues joining. But anyways, really happy to be here. Sorry for the delay, everyone listening. Spaces was acting up a little bit on the main account, so but yeah, really excited to be able to present everything DCE has to offer, and I think we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we are going to have a lot of fun. It's really nice to hear from you. I like the energy in your voice. So thank you so much for coming up with that energy. Uh, Before we start, I would like to know more about you, Adam. What has been your background? How did you come to, Decentra? And yeah, what's your story?
Yeah, well, I won't bore people too much with my personal story, but and I know it's a little bit late here, so won't spend too much time. But I've been doing spaces and TGAMAs for the last 3 years professionally. I like to think I'm reasonably good at what I do, and what I do is I interview teams, but I also present on behalf of them after understanding their product and what they're looking to do. So flash forward to a couple weeks ago, the team at DCE reached out to me and they said, "Hey, we have something that we think is going to be a huge value add to the everyday user, and we would love for you to see what you think." So I took a look at the documents, asked a few questions, and I said, okay, let's jump on stage. So that's a little bit about myself. I do this freelance. I'm not part of the team. Yeah, a lot of the times there'll be, the occasional one or two questions that I don't know. And in those situations, the team is always there present. So we can usually get an answer pretty quick, but I've definitely studied this a little bit here. So I think we'll get a pretty good deep dive of everything DCE. So that's a little bit about myself. As I mentioned, the team has been really working very diligently on this product. It's a core team of three, but they obviously have a bigger team as well that kind of does the moderation stuff and some of the artwork and content. But it is kind of a smaller core team that's working on their utility.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for that answer. And yes, we really are happy to partner with Decentra and what they are bringing to the Web3. Now, let's dive into the AMA. So one thing that I saw is Decentra aims to make Web3 technology as accessible to all. Uh, can you elaborate specific challenges you aim to address for users new to blockchain, and how you are planning to simplify their experience?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just kind of understanding, what is needed, right? So a lot of people, they'll go to the essentials, right? You need a decentralized exchange. You're going to need some place to find projects, usually a launch pad. You're probably going to want some exposure to, different areas such as meme coins and, NFT projects if you're interested in NFTs. The big focus here is being able to bring something that people really would like to use, which is a sniper. Now, of course, it's not the first sniper out there ever. Yeah, I mean, there's tons of different snipers from Uni to Banana and many others in between. But this is one that I think people might want to take a look at, right? Because of the rev share systems and the premium benefits. It is something quite a bit different. So we'll talk about that. But as far as challenges, I think a lot of it is the development side, being able to develop and work on a product to be able to have it be something different. Because when you're looking against competing with the big dogs in the arena, you have to have a pretty good product, and it doesn't need to be perfect, but it has to be pretty good, right? It has to be pretty good where you have a clear path of development, and you're looking to really push it to be something that's recognized as different.
Yeah, awesome, and I definitely agree with your answer on that. Uh, Now, one thing that is always important when we are working with user data, when we are working with, some intellectual property rights and financial assets, is that security and making sure that the ownership is correct. So, you guys have a really strong emphasis on secure and transparent environment. How does Decentra ensure that users have actual ownership over that data, their intellectual property, and their financial assets?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to you always want to be safe when anyone says something is completely secure. You should always kind of have your ears go up a little bit. When it comes to smart contracts, when it comes to code in general, there's always the potential for vulnerabilities. I just want people to kind of have that takeaway, right? That being said, there are preventative measures that you can do to make sure that you're minimizing that risk, right? So audits really help in that. Being able to do ample amounts of testing, that really makes a difference as well. And this is what we're seeing, right? In this snipe to earn system that you have at DCE, one that has been tested quite a bit, one that is, audited as well, and one that tries to limit the amount of, total access that, is needed to be able to utilize some of these tools. So that's really the main focus that they have around it. But I do just want to emphasize, there's never perfect security, but there's measures that can be taken to try to minimize risk as much as possible.
Now, see, one thing that everyone in this ecosystem is familiar with is bots, right? So there are Telegram bots that help you with managing communities. There are Discord bots that do lots of things for you, from gaming to uh, moderation to a lot of different things. Now, Decentra Crypto Board is one vote to rule them all. So that's its tagline. So can you discuss the range of tools that this board provides for crypto market participants and how it stands out from similar existing solutions?
Yeah, no, I'd love to. So there's a couple different things. When we hear the idea of everything bot, does it mean everything? Well, no. I mean, it's not going to do everything, right? But when it comes to utilities that people are looking for, it does have quite a bit, which kind of lends itself to being that everything moniker, right? So, of course, the sniper. Now, the sniper will kind of be the main focus of what we'll talk about today, so I'll go deeper in that soon. But I want to go through some of the main, features. A prediction bot, which, by the way, is already live. In fact, in the last AMA we had, we actually showed it working, which was really cool. We got to bet on BTC going up or going down, and man, did it go up since the last AMA. A bridge, so utilizing a partner technology. I think you guys are pretty familiar with bridging and such. So being able to use partner technology to bridge, a perpetual system that allows for features such as what is used on GMX to be on platform as well in a TG bot, an airdrop farmer to help simplify the process of being able to farm out airdrops that happen all the time, very often without our knowledge until it's too late. So being able to find those early. A reward bot, which basically allows you to participate in daily competitions by holding DCE, and then a gem finder, which is going to use its in-house algorithm to be able to help you find a few gems here and there that you might not have otherwise. So all those features really encompass what is being done here through the Decentra crypto bot. And I did want to return back to that sniper we were talking about. So talking a little bit about the sniper, I wanted to kind of emphasize the fact that this is a snipe to earn system. So in the system, there's no ERC20 swap fees. There's that snipe to earn option in V2. It's fast and efficient and it allows for rev share. So we have different tiers. Now these tiers are gated by the amount of DCE token you own. So basic requires 0, $500 in loyalty gets you tier 2, $1,500 in DCE gets you advanced. And as you go up, the bot fees reduce all the way down to 0 in advance. Rev share, by the way, also unlocks in advanced, and the snipe to earn system unlocks in advanced as well. So what a lot of people are going to have a big focus on is the advanced category, because they're going to want to be able to have rev share. They're going to want to earn off sniping. They're going to want to have 0 bot fees. And all you need to do is own $1,500 worth of DCE. So that's something I really want people to focus on. In the last AMA, they got to see the prediction bot, which is a great way to have some fun and gamble a little bit in live time, which is awesome. But now moving into the next big feature is going to be that snipe to earn system. So again, guys, this is one that I think is going to grab the most attention. Don't get me wrong, prediction games are awesome, but being able to have a sniper that does an excellent job, is fast, efficient, and also introduces a snipe to earn system based on tier access, it's pretty different. It's pretty different. So I really encourage people to check it out. And I did want to say too, let me go ahead and pin a tweet from the Decentra, page here. Give me 1 second. I'm on my main, so I have to scroll down a little bit and find it. Bear with me one moment. But I did want to make sure we had a pin up there so you guys can easily find more information on Decentra and kind of understand, what's being built out here. So let's go with, this is actually a really good one. It's actually talking about what we were just mentioning, right, on high fees. Let's go ahead and pin that to the top. So up at the nest there's going to be a pin, should just take a few more seconds, to be able to link directly to the Decentra network page. From there, you can join the TG, see what it's all about. And I really encourage people, again, go to the Telegram group, right? Go to the Telegram group, get to try some of these features yourself in the embedded app and see what you think, right? But I know with development on that sniper bot, that's something that people are definitely excited about.
Yeah, I mean, those are like lots of features in one boat, and I can say that the tagline of one boat to rule them all is very justified. So thank you so much for sharing all that information, from sniper boat to prediction boat to the bridge. These are lots of tools. Now, how do all of these tools integrate within the broader Decentra ecosystem? And you have already mentioned like lots of benefits, but are there any other benefits that people in Decentra ecosystem can get from this board?
Well, there is definitely, right? There's also something, in the further span of time that they want to introduce called Decentra Chat, which is a decentralized non-custodial crypto wallet that allows for chat integration as well. All of these are mapped out on the roadmap as well, which I really encourage people to take a peek at, because, they might hear all these features and think, oh my God, everything's coming, tomorrow. Well, of course not, right? Like things take time to roll out and develop. So if we're looking at Q3 of that was already all accomplished, but 2024 ending out Q1, we can see that obviously the token is already launched. The prediction bot has gone live and actually has been shown in live time working, which is really cool. The V2 of the website has been deployed. The first round of token buybacks has happened. The everything bot has been deployed with new features being added. The gem finder has been added. And now we're on the precipice of releasing that sniper bot. So again, we're kind of hearing some early alpha right now on, what that sniper bot does, what really makes it game changing, but it hasn't been released yet. So to be able to have that go live soon is, I think, pretty interesting. And as we go into 2024, of course, token staking, AI integration, rev share opening up, and then 2024, Q4 and beyond, the Decentra NFTs that we mentioned tying into chat as well, which I think we talked about more. So the Decentra chat is further development, but they're also looking to integrate NFTs as well.
Thank you so much for that answer. So, let's talk about thing that everyone likes. So let's talk about airdrop and rewards. I think they have been the talk for almost over a year now. We have seen a lot of different airdrops uh, doing a lot of different things. And when you earlier in the space you said that we don't know about airdrops until it's already very late. I can 100% relate to that. So I would love to be the first person to find out which airdrop is coming and how it's going to be delivered. So, how do these features like airdrop, farm, and reward board? How do these features incentivize and reward the community, and what mechanism are in place to ensure like fairness and engagement? Here, you're on mute if you're speaking.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that usually it doesn't happen, but it did this time. Oh, thank you. So I was going to say, imagine if you could participate in airdrops without needing to necessarily do all the research, take all the time to be able to find those, watching YouTube videos, studying how to do trades within a new blockchain to be able to qualify for airdrops. Well, with the airdrop farming system built into the everything bot on TG, it's going to kind of take a lot of the hassle away for you, right? So it's going to provide effortless participation in these airdrop campaigns, allowing you to basically earn tokens without as much manual intervention. So again, more will be, basically described in the, in the white paper as far as the exact systems, but they are kind of keeping some things hush because they did need to develop these kind of from scratch. As you can imagine, it's a little difficult to be able to do that, considering there's usually so many steps when it comes to participating within these new ecosystems. But they're looking to roll them out in stages, right? So, for example, for Celestia, that came out a little bit ago, but they had those airdrops, right? Well, what they're going to be doing is diligently studying these new upcoming chains and then integrating them into the bot, right? So that way, what it's doing is it's able to say, oh, this looks like it could be a potential airdrop. Let me go ahead and take the actions for you to be able to qualify. Now, obviously, it's not going to do it independent. It's going to be dependent upon your selection of participation or not participating. But I think that's kind of cool. But of course, more details to come from the official team. It hasn't been something that they put a lot of focus on right now. They have the initial concept because they've been working on the sniper, right? First, they wanted to get the prediction bot out of the way. That's been accomplished. Now they're going on to the sniper, and then once that's done, of course, they're going to continue to follow the roadmap to get that out. But I think it's needed, right? I don't have the time. I don't think a lot of people have time to be able to do all these airdrop farming. It's pretty like hassle rich. So to be able to have a tool that you can rely on to do that is great. But of course, to be seen, right? I'm a big person when it comes to actually seeing the proof of the product. Because for me, I mean, I'm not on the team, right? So I'm kind of observing this from a third party saying like, what do I like? What needs to be there? How does this fill a market niche? And then kind of understanding that. So if they're able to show a demo just like they did for the prediction bot in live time, which I loved, by the way, that was really cool to be able to do that. If they can do the same thing for the airdrops, maybe, more of a video, because it's going to take time to do that, that would be awesome. That would be, in my opinion, like a killer app, as it said, to be able to really make it easy for people to do that farming in a more automated way.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Airdrop farming would be a killer app. Uh, yeah, we have already talked about what's coming in future. Sniper boot feature is going to be there in future. Airdrop farm, reward board, AI integration, token staking. There are like a few things that are going to come in future. But what are going to be the some of the recent or some of the upcoming milestones for Decentra? Like, let's say, what will be the next three milestone, and when can people expect to see them?
Yeah, so there's a couple things. As I mentioned, they're making incredible progress on the sniper bot, right? So to be able to have that release and then actually have features tied into it that I've never personally seen on a sniper bot before, I think is going to be a huge milestone. Obviously, they have other stuff on the roadmap as well, such as additional strategic partnerships, such as what we're doing right here with you guys at Swift. But I mean, let's be honest, that's going to be the big one. Having a sniper bot that works and does something different is a big winner, right? And everyone started from somewhere, right? The projects that wanted to have sniper bots, they had to, really grind to get that dialed in, and then they launched it, and it did really well. And there's a few success stories like that. As far as exact timeline, because I know people want to know like when, right? We're looking at 2 to 3 weeks. So I would say to be safe, 3 weeks at max to be able to have that ready to go and actually be used, just like the prediction bot is.
Thank you so much for that answer. Now, so Decentra chat actually, you know, um made me really interested because recently we have seen a product on Solana which has introduced a video chat through wallet, and that has that has been reported quite heavily on crypto Twitter, and there have been a lot of anticipation in terms of what a chat or what a decentralized chat can do. Now, how will Decentra chat enhance the user experience within your ecosystem? And so there, as I said, there are a few other chats out there in the market. How does the Decentra chat differentiate from the other products in the market?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, I appreciate that interest, but at the same time, I do like to temper expectations. For those that have ever, by the way, just a little aside, for those that have ever, heard me on a space or otherwise, I really like to take the approach of, let's talk about where things are right now. Let's talk about, where this fits as far as the tech stack. So very much so, I'm not going to say like, oh, it's going to be amazing, it's going to displace everything. It is last on the roadmap. So there's a lot of work to still be done there, right? But you can effectively think of it as the combination between TG and MetaMask, or TG and Trust Wallet. It's going to be those things blended together. So where it fits into the user's journey effectively is, think about being able to have the all-in-one bot, but then also being able to access that in a wallet that also has a chat system embedded within it. Now, as more people come back to crypto, being that, this is the start of the bull market, yes, it's finally here, there's going to be a bunch of new people coming in. Now, there's going to be also a lot of success stories of enterprising projects bringing their experience to the masses in an easy way. Being able to chat to other crypto users that maybe you just met for the first time, or you have questions on how does this work, how does that work, could be really cool. So I like that idea. But again, I don't like to get ahead of myself, especially because it's last on the roadmap, but it is something that you're going to be able to, set up, stay fully anonymous, have, PFPs of your favorite NFTs as your profile. It's going to be something that's going to be really focused on that side of it. But again, I emphasize last on the roadmap, a lot of work to be done on all the other features within the bot first. But I think it is going to be pretty cool. But I would, just temper people's expectations, because when we start talking about all the features, people are like, is it all coming out next week? No, it comes in phases. But I do think it could be something that could be used quite a bit.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for that answer. And yeah, I agree. Development takes a lot of time. A single bug can, vanish a week. So yeah, it's always good to keep in mind that all of these features that are being shared on Spaces will take time to uh, be live. And if you want to follow the journey, and if you want to be the first ones to test out the product, I suggest you guys join their Twitter, their Telegram, join the community, go ask some questions over there and get more feedback from that. uh, Adam, it has been great Spaces, but now I want to talk about tokenomics, because they definitely do uh, interest a lot of community members. And I think you have something very interesting in your tokenomics. You guys have a 10% burn in circulation. Uh, Now, if you want, please talk, talk about that. My, question is, how do the tokenomics support sustainability and growth of your ecosystem?
That's a good question. So when it comes to tokenomics, I think it's important to understand what class of project are you in. Whether it's this project, another project, whatever it is it a meme coin, utility coin? What is it? With that in mind, this is one that is obviously a utility project. This one that's supporting the everything bot and eventually the wallet and beyond. So the total supply on this one was 1 million tokens, right? Those 1 million tokens effectively on launch were burned down 10%, meaning there's only 900,000 in circulation. With that in mind, there's also liquidity locks running through 2023, which you can find in the chat. You can find the liquidity locks there to kind of get more of an explanation. But that's really as simple as it is. The buy sell tax is 4 and 4. The taxes that are collected from the 4 and 4 are actually owned by the two main core team members, Fra and Darko. They have a multi-signature on it, so that way there can't be any issues with it getting hacked or something like that. Also, the contract is renounced and the LP is locked, forever, which is great. So I mentioned liquidity lock of end of 2023. They actually extended that. They just haven't updated the website just yet, but they did extend that to be a forever LP lock. So I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of a combination of some meme coin mechanics of doing the renouncement, locking the LP, those sort of things, but then also, of course, implementing solid tokenomics when it comes to being more of a utility project.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being transparent when it comes to tokenomics. Now, I see that you guys already have a audit. Already have audited your contract. That's really good sign as a community member that the project that we are interested in is keeping security measures in place. But other than that, what are some of the constant security measures that you guys are taking to make sure the integrity of the platform, to the security of the platform? What are some of the security measures that you take on daily, weekly, monthly basis? If you can share that with us.
Yeah, I think like all things, like we started with, right? You're never fully secure. People that are looking to compromise contracts or wallets, they're looking for the time when you're weakest, when you're not paying attention, when you're not doing regular audits, when you're not doing regular checks, using outdated, anything. That's when they attack. So being able, like you mentioned, to have an audit first and foremost for the core contract, that is done. It can be found on the website. It was done by SecureWise. Great score on that, and they're very good, rating. So nice to see that. But as far as ongoing security, it is something that, of course, being a TG bot, they need to make sure that they're constantly on that. So I don't have the exact cadence of, checks of how often they're, checking the wallet to make sure it's, or not the wallet, but the bot itself to make sure it's not compromised or otherwise. But they are doing regular checks on it to ensure that not only it's up to date, but if TG changes in any way, it doesn't break the bot or cause any issues or cause compromises. So they're definitely focusing on keeping that up to date as much as possible. But of course, the core contract is very secure as well. Renounced, LP burned, and actually having a separate third-party audit as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Adam, it has been great speaking with you over here, and I have really enjoyed our conversation and learned a lot from you and what you guys and what Decentra Time is doing. Now, before I go and check community questions, I have one more question for you, and then I'll see if we have any questions from the community. So how do you guys plan to, or how does Decentra plan to grow its community and foster engagement among DCE token holders and the users of the ecosystem?
So dramatic pause. I was unmuting again. It really comes around utility marketing. So what I mean by that is taking the utilities that the project think is going to be most effective, which, let's be honest, it's the sniper bot. That's going to be what people care about the most, and really marketing that. So being able to show people, look, like this is one of the only snipe to earn systems out there, incredibly low fees down to zero. Once you get into the premium tier, that type of stuff can go crazy on X. It can go crazy on YouTube. Not so much on TikTok because a little too technical, but on certain mediums, it can go really well. Like it can actually spread and become viral in that sense. So that's going to be where they focus. That's going to be where they take this technology, and especially with it almost being ready. And I've actually seen, some of the marketing material that they have for it, which looks really cool. Just hitting go on that. And I think focusing in versus going very wide with their marketing is pretty smart. Focus on what you're good at, on what's different, and what can make people money, and the people come. So that's going to be their main focus.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, I checked community questions. I don't see anything different from what I have already asked, but there is this one question. So, how do you guys, Decentra as a project, as a protocol, as a company, generate revenue? What are some of your revenue streams?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple, right? But I would say, just to be completely transparent, the most the easiest one to be able to see is the buy sell tax, right? Of course, that's allocated for marketing, but if they need to for development to maybe onboard a new dev or help on a sprint, they can do that. But also as they expand, this all-in-one bot, there's layers there to be able to get access to premium tiers and so on, which can bring in some additional revenue. But I would really say it's based off of the product, being able to market the product, and then being able to token gate the product to bring in and incentivize people to buy. Because plain and simple, they have to have a reason to buy the token. If there's no reason to buy the token, then it's a meme coin. And if it's a meme coin, it's all driven on hype, which is fine. I mean, I'm advising a meme coin right now and it's killing it. But it's a different thing, right? With a utility project, you go deep on marketing utility. So I would say that's really the main revenue sources, is being able to actually, pull from, some of the nominal tax. Also on the sniper as well, there's a 1%, snipe fee there. That's going to be distributed out, and also on the other bots, like I mentioned as well. So there's a few different, means by which to, get continual revenue, because you do need to, right? That's how you get dedicated teams and have teams that want to keep pushing. But it's not something that they're wholly dependent on just the tax or just the revenue from the bots. It's kind of a combination, which helps diversify a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you so much for joining the spaces and sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much for giving us your time on the spaces. We really appreciate it. Uh, do you have any last words before we close the spaces?
Well, I just wanted to say, I don't know how I'm not following you guys yet, so I hit you with a follow. I hope everyone listening in from the Decentra community does the same. Great job on Spaces. Really, really appreciate that. I think it went really well, and I really encourage people to watch the TG for DCE to see what kind of partnerships start to sprout up. So hopefully, I'm not giving away too much by saying there might be some rumblings of a partnership with you guys, with Swift, to be able to get access to that 50 chain, swap and bridge solution. So a lot to come there. We want to make sure that we're teaming up with the best. And if there's something that I didn't answer, maybe you had a question that we didn't get to, or otherwise, the core team is in the chat. Feel free, tag them. All their tags are in the chat as well, so you can see. And they'd be happy to help. If you're more of a technical guy and you're like, hey, I really want to know, a little bit more on the sniper. I have this question, that question. Ask, right? That's the cool thing. But I do just encourage people. Join the TG, costs you nothing, see what's going on. This might be a sniper that really helps you, especially if you like any of those all-in-one solutions. Maybe it's the airdrop farming, maybe it's the prediction bot, and you want to bet on the price of BTC going up or down. Maybe you got to see that demo not too many days ago when we actually did that live, or maybe it's one of the many other features. I encourage people to check it out and join the TG.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining in and listening to these spaces. If you are listening here or later on YouTube, thank you so much. We do these spaces with all of our partners almost every week. So stay tuned. We will see you next week.
Have a good one, everybody. Thank you again.